Hi, welcome back to another episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with gorgeous Mamta today.
Oof.
I would like you to introduce yourself.
Thank you. Firstly, I am your aunt.
Yes,
So thank you for taking this opportunity and thinking of having me here.
absolutely.
Introducing myself, by family, obviously, I am your aunt.
Mm-hmm.
By profession, I am into headhunting, recruiting, HR, which I love. I do this with a passion,
Yeah,
and I think I'm almost a one woman army. I've been doing this for a long time, and I love it.
yeah.
And I think I take care of all my people like my babies,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that they do really well. And
Yeah,
that's a little bit of introduction.
that's your introduction. It's
Yeah.
good. It's perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're here actually to speak about a lot of stuff,
Mm,
and I think where we start is how long have you been in Dubai?
great. Actually grew up here.
Okay.
So I did my schooling here. Of course, I was born in India, and that's straight away I came to Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my schooling here, and then I did go to the US because my brother went there, and I went there. Um, I know a lot of people find it very weird that I didn't really like the US, like I did, but I just couldn't see myself staying there
Mm-hmm.
a lot. So I really used to miss Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back to Dubai. So now my second leg in Dubai has been around, I would say, 18 years, and I've been
Oh,
working since,
okay.
working in the HR and the recruitment since.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
been in Dubai for that long. So I I would call. I'm not sure if I would call myself a Dubai kid. I think I've been around, except for
Mm-hmm.
India. So
Yeah.
I've grown here as well. I've grown quite a bit in the US as well, and then I was here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why Dubai?
home. Dubai feels like home to me.
Yeah.
Um, it's everything is very accessible here. Safety, especially safety,
Yeah.
for me. I used to live in Sharjah when I first came from the US, and although it was a quite a bit of change for me culturally, but I still found myself safe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to Marina. I mean, everybody. I mean, I've never had an issue of safety here, so I
Mm-hmm.
think that's number one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think that you can grow yourself career wise as well. It's just that if you're very focused and if you know what you want, if you know what your aim is, I think you can network, and there's so many opportunities that
Mm-hmm.
Dubai can give you
Okay.
if you really, know what you want and you can work hard.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. Sounds interesting. And
Mm.
what's the gap you feel that you achieved apart from safety, of course, you achieved from not liking the US and enjoying Dubai more? Apart from the safety, of course,
Yeah.
everyone knows that.
Right. I don't know. I think maybe the US would have also given me a lot of opportunities. I mean, US is called the land of opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. So I'd be, wrong in terms of comparing that. I don't know that. But
Mm-hmm.
definitely, it would have given me a lot of opportunities as well. Um, I think I found a lot of diversity here as well. A lot of, so many of my friends are from, like, I have an Italian friend, I have a Nigerian friend, I have a, Indonesian friend. So I love that. And I'm not just saying acquaintance, I'm saying friends. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we're very close, so I think I love that. Having said that, would I have had this in the US? I'm sure I would have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, of course. But I don't know. I mean, for me, I can't really tell you that US wouldn't have given me. Probably it would have. Probably more. I don't know that.
Yeah.
But I was just very comfortable in Dubai. It just felt like home because I grew up here. So it was just I could maneuver things here better. I think for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So it's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I feel Dubai for me.
Absolutely. And don't you feel like the culture, like when you're in the US, a lot of people just adapt to the US culture. They have the American dream,
Yeah.
and when you come to Dubai, they they live with their culture still here. In terms of like how they live their life.
Yeah.
It's not the Dubai way. They're
Mm.
still living the life the way their culture is.
Yeah.
And I think Dubai is something which is which is very free about that, you know.
Absolutely, and I love that. I mean, I love that. So what I did get from the US also is, we obviously, when we were growing up, we had Diwali as our key, festival. But then now I get super. Since I've come back from the US, I always get super excited about Christmas as well, because we were so used to having, regardless of your religion, you would still celebrate Christmas. So I still have a Christmas tree at home.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, in terms of that. We celebrate all festivals here in Dubai, and it's all welcomed. And we have so many deals for different festivals as well. Like even there's Holi, there's going to be Raksha Bandhan, there'll be some deal or the other in Carrefours and all that. So it's very adaptable, obviously, because Dubai is a hub for so many cultures. So it's very, it's amazing. I mean, that's why home, right? That's why you don't feel like you're away from home.
Absolutely.
You can do everything. You can. I mean, I really didn't miss the US when I came here. I mean, I did, but now I don't, because you have everything here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm sure the weather.
Well, I was in Texas.
Okay, it's pretty much the same then.
Well, the humidity is more here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if I was in New York or California, I don't know, things would have been different. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's crack on. So,
Can I interrupt and ask you,
yeah,
actually,
absolutely.
why Dubai for you?
Well, I was born here. I was brought up here, and I have that sense of feeling it's a land of opportunity for me in terms of in growing. And
Yeah.
if you've heard the last thing I was talking about, 30s is the life, you know. 30s is the time where your life brings you that what is it called? It brings you that sense of achievement hunting, you know. And I feel Dubai is the perfect place for that at the moment. And I've always felt like home, and I've always seen the way the businesses are growing here.
Yeah.
Like the next 10 years, anywhere in the world, I think Dubai is the one place that's going to build. And the future here is amazing. The people here are amazing. The safety is amazing. And as you said, it's so multicultural. I meet people every day from different lands of the world.
I love that.
You know, and I'm learning a lot of new languages with people,
Yeah.
and learning a lot of new cultures,
Yeah.
how, you know, they are. And I could never find that anywhere else. You know, even when I stayed in the UK, I would see people more adapting to the UK style. In the US as well as the similar thing.
Right.
But in Dubai, I have that feeling like people don't forget their culture.
Yeah.
They come here full of their life.
Yeah.
They're not looking to impress anyone here.
Yeah.
You know, they just don't blend in.
Yeah.
It's just the way you are.
Yeah.
You are in Dubai.
Yeah. And you're accepted as
You're
well.
accepted easily as
Yeah.
well, and especially with us Asians, you know, it's
Yeah.
just closer to home.
Yeah.
Whenever
it
you
is.
want to feel like it's just 2.5 hour flight back.
Correct.
And yeah, this is something I really enjoy about Dubai.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't miss out on the best thing is
Absolutely
you don't
not.
even miss out on the western part.
Not
Like,
at all.
you
not
know,
at
you
all,
have
yeah.
everything here. You want to chill. The beaches. I love the beaches here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my happy place.
Yeah.
So the beaches, and, you know, there's so many other things as well. But yeah.
It's more about the weather as well. I'm sorry about it. It's more about the
okay.
weather as well. For me, that's the only thing I'm lacking. In Dubai is lacking actually. It's when it's winter, it's amazing.
I mean, September end to
Yeah.
April, still not bad. I mean, that's quite a few months if you
Yeah.
think about it. You know, you can still survive I think the good weather probably will start September end or
Yeah.
October-ish.
Yeah.
And then April, hopefully you can still go outside. You can still, you know, be at the beaches. Obviously now is not
Absolutely.
great.
But money never sleeps here. Even
And I
in
don't
any-
think it should,
it
but
should
yeah.
never, but yeah, it's just constant. Like, you
Yeah.
know, a lot of countries I work with,
Yeah.
when it's summer, they just switch off. They switch off. They don't want to work.
Yeah.
They just want to keep it moving, you know, like
Yeah.
just the basic stuff, but they don't want to grow, you know. What I mean is, Dubai, on the other hand, whichever weather it might be, I
Yeah.
think it's always in a growing stage.
Yeah. You're right.
I was going to ask you this.
Yeah.
What is your first job, and how did it shape the perspective of work and ambition?
I have a good story to say. My first job was in the US in a computer lab.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, not your proper job, but, you know, you have to work somewhere in the US as a student as well. So it was in the computer lab, and I met a lot of people there. And it was just taking printouts and giving it to everybody. It didn't change anything, but I just learned, how hardworking everybody was.
Yeah.
Really, focused in their career, doing really well. Everybody, most of them were expats, like
Mm-hmm.
foreign students. So, but then my brother actually, he said, you know what, you're really good with people. I think you're gonna do really well if there's something to do with people. So you should. He had a friend at the time who was doing recruitment, and he said maybe you should, I'll introduce, and instead of this, you could probably do something like that. I was like, are you sure? And he said, yeah, yeah. I have this thing that you should just go for it, and I did.
Mm.
And for 6 months, I couldn't place anybody. It was very difficult, and I was like, no, I remember I used to come home and be so frustrated, and he would be like
Mm.
holding a pillow, and I would punch at the pillow, just to release my anger or
Yeah.
frustration. And then it just took that long. I mean, I think I'll come to the point of, you know you have to be patient,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, so after that, once I started doing well in terms of recruiting, it just one after the other, one after the other, and I
Yeah.
made great connections to people that I've never met, like on the phone. And then I'm like, okay, this is my calling. This is
Yeah.
probably something that I will probably do well at.
Yeah.
So I continued that, and I'm still doing well. So
Yeah.
I am grateful to him to kind of point that out, like, oh, you're gonna do good with people.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you understood that this is for you.
Yeah, the sense of fulfillment that it gives you, that because it's a livelihood when you place somebody, when somebody is getting a job through
Mm-hmm.
you. For me, I feel it's my responsibility that they need to do well.
Mm-hmm.
Not there's nothing as such. But for me, I don't take this as a transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is my livelihood. This is how I live as well. But I want that person to be happy, because it's the entire family of that person,
Mm-hmm.
male or female, are depending on that salary.
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
and I always say, if they're happy in their work, regardless of the money, it's like a domino effect. Everybody else
Yeah.
in is going to be happy. So
Okay.
if they're frustrated, it's going to come to the family.
Absolutely.
So for me, it's very important that whoever in my power that I do place, and I whatever capacity, capability that I know, I'm like, want to make sure that they're happy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
It does, and I do understand. Like as you said, like you are a people's person.
Mm.
You know how to speak to them. You're good at networking, and it's quite justified. I think it
Yeah.
fits well with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Don't know about it good in networking. I think I'd do better on one-on-ones, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then your transition, like across roles and industry, as you said, you started off with
Yeah.
the lab,
Yeah.
and I do understand now.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
what's the biggest risk you've taken in your
Mm.
career, and how did it turn out?
So the biggest risk I have taken is I decided to come to Dubai
Mm-hmm.
without discussing with my family.
Really?
Yep, nobody knew.
Oh wow.
So I just thought, you know what, I want to give Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, LinkedIn was very, very new. Nobody knew about it. And I remember working from my cubicle and connecting on LinkedIn. And I sent a message that, hey, I'm going to come to Dubai, so and so. Of course, like a cold calling, but obviously to emails to everybody that I'm going to be in Dubai. I'd be happy to meet. And so happened that I got call for my first interview within a week of me being in Dubai. And at that time I was in Sharjah, and was in knowledge. I had prepared everything. I had great paper on where I was going to print my CV. I was going to go to door to door, and going to give my CVs to people and say, hey, I've
Yeah.
this so and so experience, or I don't, and I'm ready to learn.
Yeah.
But life had it that I got this opportunity, and I had interviews. I had interviews with the British boss at the time, and also somebody from Egypt. She was. I was reporting into her as well, and within a week, I had a job offer,
Oh, cool.
and a very good salary. Like, I didn't even think of the salary that I thought, and I was like, "Well," and I was like, sure, and I loved it. It was completely different industry. It was at the time it was FMCG, which I didn't know anything about, and I learned so much. And headhunting was a new game. Nobody knew At that time, we didn't LinkedIn was not used as much.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to use Excel sheets and write each
Okay.
company's names, and had to call as, I don't know, imposters like, hey, we have a parcel for your brand manager. What's the name of your brand manager? And get the name, and then call again that, hey, we're calling for this person. Can
Yeah.
you? So we had to go through all that
All that
to,
thing. Yeah.
to get the person, and then headhunt the person for the role. He
Okay.
might not be interested. So we had to go through all this, and now it's so easy. It's on LinkedIn, and plus you have AI taking over. So,
Absolutely.
so that was the transition. So yeah, nobody knew. I came, and when I got the job offer and the visa and everything all worked out, guys,
Mm-hmm.
adios. I ain't coming back.
So that was
So
the first risk you've taken, just moving across country
just moving across
alone.
countries. Yeah. I mean, I had family here, right?
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
knew
Yeah.
that. I don't know. I had some calling, or I knew that things would work out.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I bet you didn't know this before as
I
well.
did not know.
Uh-huh.
It's good information, and
Yeah.
a lot of people, young people, today they they're thinking about taking a risk to moving to another country, and I think in today's age, it's more common and it's easier
It's easier.
than back
Yeah.
in the day when there was evolution happening,
Yeah.
and the people were thinking about to do something in their own country and do something different.
Yeah.
And this is a nice line of work,
Mm.
and I feel that this helps a lot of people
Yeah.
in terms of as you said, the LinkedIn was new. Now a lot of people, if they want a job, it's just
Everybody's on LinkedIn. I mean, obviously they
it's
need to,
easier.
they should be. I mean, I myself, if I have to advise somebody, I'm like, you're not on LinkedIn. How are you even surviving? So everybody needs to be on LinkedIn for sure. But yeah, back in the day, it was very new. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
Nobody knew about this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think young people who now want to come take risks, really, it's not. It's obviously the glitz and glams that you see in Dubai as well, but it's hard work as well. You need to
No,
really,
100%.
need to know, what you're aiming at, and you need to be really disciplined and patient. Of course, things will happen if you're hardworking. This it's not going anywhere. Just hang in there.
Yeah, but that's coming up to my next question is
Yeah.
what's the first thing, like a lot of young people,
Mm.
they do ask this question to you, I'm sure. Can you give some tips to them, like if they do want to shape up their life
Yeah.
and they're gonna go for some company they want to work for? What's
Mm.
like 10 tips or 5 tips you might give them
Mm.
to shape up and expect things from their future employer to have in them?
Okay. Well, I think generation has actually changed.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel this generation wants change straight away. I
Mm-hmm.
think again, you need to keep at it, and you need to be focused in what
Mm-hmm.
you're doing, and be confident, which I think a lot of people these days, I feel I lacked confidence at the time, but I think a lot of kids these days have confidence. They lack focus
Mm-hmm.
because there are too many options out.
Yeah.
So as long as you're clear about what you want, there nobody's going to take that away from you. So you have to really be focused in what you want, and work 100% towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's equivalent to being focused about it, right? So um, don't I wouldn't say be a yes ma'am or a yes sir kind of person.
Yeah.
Have a conversation, be open to listening to your boss. I mean, um, to your
Sorry.
manager, I'm sure they have some insights. They are there because they've done something. So obviously when you're reporting into somebody, you always feel that, oh my god, this and that. You have something, sometimes you have negative things to say about it, but that person's also come up through the journey. So
Mm-hmm.
he or she is, they know what they're talking about. So
Yeah.
yeah, as much as difficult or hard it might be, just hang in there and maybe see if you can you know work with the uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
because that's where it's gonna hopefully get you up the ladder.
Okay.
And be social.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just be in your corner and just work. Go talk to people, be social. Maybe you've started off in supply chain and you're actually really good in marketing, but you don't know that unless
Mm-hmm.
and until you go talk. You
Yeah.
show your skills. How would people and how would you yourself know it? So go talk to people, educate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is available these days on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And ChatGPT is everybody's best friend. So life is so easier for people now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you take that advantage, try to have a good social life balance. So when you are working, you can work doubly hard as much as you're all socializing.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
would say that.
absolutely. So these are a few tips, you know.
Few tips, yeah. I
Good.
hope that helps.
It's good to get tips from a professional, you know.
I hope that helps.
So, how would you say that you stay grounded in your values while working in a fast-paced or a high-staked environment?
You don't get, you don't let money or status or financial capabilities of yourself or others get to you. In Dubai, especially, it can. Because when you walk in the malls, all the brand, everybody's walking with a branded bag, or
Mm-hmm.
of course, it's good to have. It's kind of like a peer pressure in a way,
Mm-hmm.
and people get carried away with that, and then happens the personal financial crisis that people start getting into. So I think you always need to be grounded, and you need to know what your financial situation is. I mean, I personally feel I really don't need to live to show anybody. I live
Absolutely,
for myself.
absolutely.
So if I can afford a luxury bag, then I will, but
Mm-hmm.
not breaking my bank.
Mm-hmm.
So do everything. There is life, you can still have fun, but make sure that your financials are taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're not getting into debt,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah,
much.
because of all this stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I have seen people,
Yeah.
because it's like that, because my
Yeah.
friend has a bag and I want that bag, and that bag is pricey and I can't afford it, but I still want it, so I buy it on credit card.
Mm.
And then it's not just one bag, then you have the other things so it just becomes a vicious cycle,
Yeah.
and then never ends. So I've always I think I've also seen life differently, being raised by a single mom and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So you value money more so,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and what people have an opinion about you and what they say doesn't really bother me per se, because I know I'm true to myself. I know my family who really knows me, they know what I'm doing, why I'm doing, so nobody's going to question that. So as long as I have that pillar, um you know
Yeah.
I'm
I
good.
feel the
So
same like in Dubai, especially with status, you know. A lot
mm,
of people are thinking that you come here and then, you know, you can flaunt your money. But I think I've seen this as well, you know, that even if you're on a very luxury car, you spend millions on it,
mm,
someone within a minute is come around you
mm,
with a more expensive one.
yeah,
The peers, what are you talking about? The peer
yeah,
pressure in Dubai, I feel it's not as much,
yeah,
but it's just the mentality of people. If you think, like as you said, you know,
yeah,
don't break the bank,
yeah,
you would be surprised. I've seen a lot of people having a very expensive bag, don't have the money in the bank.
yeah,
You know,
I have
it's
seen that
just,
too.
yeah, and it's just about the show, and it's all about
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
I think that glamorous life is what hurts our new, like, a generation
yeah,
with what I have,
yeah,
and it's hurting a lot. You know, they just want
it
to
is
be uh,
included in that social circle of
exactly,
theirs,
and I think that
which
it's the biggest mistake, you know,
yeah,
a
I
lot of people are
agree.
making. You
I
know,
agree. I mean, it is what it is, and we have
yeah,
to own it up as well. I mean,
yeah.
if you can't afford something, then you can still look nice and you can still look beautiful. So I think it's
That's the
also the confidence that you have. It's okay not to have certain things that your other friends have. It's all right.
it's the mindset. It's
It's
the mindset.
yeah. So it's the mindset, it's the confidence that it's okay for you to be okay, not having one of those bags or the labubus that the world has, and it's okay to survive. you know
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
still
Yeah,
gonna be
it's just a
fine.
waste of money, I
Eh,
feel. You know.
See, it's, certain things. Okay, then the other thing is when you can afford some. Well, this is. I used to tell myself, and I still do. If I can afford like a luxury bag or a watch or something, I think of it as an investment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to use this, but even if I sell it, I'm still going to make something out of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when I'm at that level, when I feel like, okay, I can spend, then I do.
Mm-hmm.
But also thinking if I later on I can make money off it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not completely make money off it, but it's not just going to be a waste. I either
Absolutely.
give it to somebody that I love,
Yeah.
or even if I sell it, I'm going to make something out of it.
Yeah.
It's not all gone, so
Absolutely. Yeah. That covers most of our career bits, you know,
yeah.
and can we're gonna move on to like life lessons. You know, if you have some advice,
Oh, wow.
we just spoke about some advices,
Yeah.
but I would say, what's the advice you would give to your 30-year-old self? And if you could talk to her today,
Yeah.
what would you say?
I would say that be more confident and go meet people.
Mm-hmm.
I did not meet people when I was like I was just in my shell, and I was just working hard, of course. But then I didn't socialize as much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky to be doing what I'm doing in profession wise, because I do have friends, and I've not even met some of them ever,
Mm-hmm.
because I've placed them all over the world. For
Mm-hmm.
example, somebody's in Saudi, somebody could be in Angola,
Yeah.
but we're in touch.
Yeah.
But I didn't meet people as much,
Mm-hmm.
and I wish I would have. I wish. I think also the reason I didn't meet them, because I was always the youngest at my work. I was almost the youngest, so I used to feel like, oh, what is who gonna talk to me? They might feel like I'm not knowledgeable or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. So I never and I would shy away from maybe I don't know industry. Maybe I don't know how to have a conversation with somebody in terms of face to face. And that's when I started. Which I now learn why I did, is I started reading the news, or just keeping up with the news and even the financial market.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is always that talk about the recent news,
Mm-hmm.
and
Absolutely.
then that person will obviously give you more information. So I mean, it's okay for me to even play dumb if I don't know. I mean, it's okay. I'll just say, hey, I don't know this. Would you please tell me something about this? What's happening with this? And people love to explain.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves to give an advice or explain.
Absolutely.
So it's the ice breaking thing for
Mm-hmm.
me, which is what I have learned, and I love it. I love learning others' perspectives. I love understanding where they're coming from and why they're saying what they're saying, and no judgment there. It's just it's lovely to see how every mind works.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have. I wish I would have. I was more confident, and I wish I was out there meeting people. I wish I could tell her that you got it. Go talk to people. You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
That's the advice you would give. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Be
Sounds
more.
interesting.
One more thing would be more. I think I've always been vigilant financially, but look at your. I would tell myself to um, look at what my investment avenues are in Dubai,
Yeah.
in the UAE, because obviously I don't think I'm ever going to. I never say never, but I don't see myself staying in India.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know anything. I wouldn't know a lot, but I would have wished somebody would have educated me at that age, or I would have educated myself. And if there is anything financially that can be rewarding, where I can invest in, where it just gives me something, just an awareness would
Mm-hmm.
have probably helped. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. I think it's a good advice.
what would you? Let me ask you. What would you give yourself uh, advice 5 years from 5 years? I mean, I don't want to tell your age, but say when you were 20.
What advice I would give
Yeah,
my 20-year-old self?
yeah, uh-huh.
Wow. It's a bit complicated. I would give a basic advice is like educate yourself,
Mm,
and mainly because it's difficult out there, in terms of if you're not educated, you miss out on a lot of stuff.
yeah,
Like I have come across a lot of people
yeah,
are not educated.
yeah,
Myself, I came in that stage where I thought I could be a businessman as soon as I could, like,
yeah,
sign documents.
yeah.
So that was in my head that I think I would excel more in business than in studying,
Mm,
which I think it's a 50-50. But I would tell my younger self to make sure you give your time that 5 years to go
yeah,
get educated, not
for
only
sure,
because of the education,
for sure.
but about the networking, about learning how
It's a
your peers.
foundation. It builds you.
It's a foundation,
Yeah,
and a lot of young people like me in that
yeah,
age,
yeah,
when they have what they go through, it's
mm,
different for everyone.
yeah,
So personally, what I went through, I could have said, that if I did get educated today, I would be in a better position
mm,
in terms of like knowledge, in
mm,
terms of not being an extrovert,
mm,
introvert actually.
mm,
And yeah, it's one of those things.
mm.
And the second is just go
Yeah,
explore the world.
agree.
It's something you need to do, which I did in my late 25s.
Yeah.
The 5 years, I think,
Earlier than me, so okay.
yeah, but that's one thing that you need to learn about different cultures around the world. You
Yeah.
need to learn how not only what you've been taught is what is out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you learn by experiencing it,
Mm-hmm.
and just go out there
Mm.
and enjoy every moment of your
Mm.
uh, 20s,
Mm.
and you don't know what's coming next.
Mm.
And with that being said, I would not have done anything different.
Yeah.
It's just a kind of thing I want to tell him, but
Yeah.
I would not change a thing.
Yeah.
I'm no regrets in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
That's the way you should go.
Absolutely.
And
I don't have any regrets. It's a learning. There
it's
are
a
no
learning
regrets. You
process.
learn,
That's how you learn, right?
yeah, that's life.
That's exactly, yeah.
Yeah. There shouldn't be regrets. There should be learning and growth.
Yeah. But don't you think that, a lot of people in our generation, like, you've seen a lot of our cousins, and you
Yeah.
know what it's like. Don't you think we've taken things in a perspective where life is a race kind of a thing, that if you're not there, you're not going to be there. You know what I mean?
Mm.
In our
Yeah.
generation, it's just like full of those ambition
Yeah.
pushed
Yeah.
kind of a thing, like,
Yeah. I think a societal thing as well that, oh, this person's this, and, you need to do this as well. But every person is different.
But was that in back in the day with
Of
you? Yeah.
course. Of
So
course.
there's nothing to be changed about. It's just the evolution kind of a thing, because
It's the mindset of your people. It's the mindset of your parents. It's the mindset of you guys, everybody now, that it's changing, that it's okay to be different. Obviously, you want your children to be a successful something, and at that time, all we would hear is an engineer or a doctor or those kind of things. Nobody knew a lot of architect or fashion designer or something. I think a lot of I think even HR, nobody knew anything about it, right?
Yeah.
Like not a lot of people even now. I mean, I'm talking about our part of the world or our family-ish. So that's the thing, that there shouldn't be any comparison. There shouldn't be anything like, oh, this person at your level is doing so well, and look at you, and you should not even do that. Yeah, take it as an inspiration for sure.
Yeah.
Instead of having that negative thought or a jealousy, take this as an inspiration, that wow, this person, I mean, I take everybody that I meet, and I get inspired by, and I'm like, there's something I can learn from this person, be it a child or be it an older person. So take it as an inspiration instead of taking it as like a jealousy or something, like I want to be there because this person's there, and you're never going to be happy. It's if you do that, if you follow the path because of the societal pressure or because of whatever, it's not gonna be sustainable. You're gonna break somehow or the other, or someday or the other. Instead, just take it easy, but don't be lazy. You have you have a life, you have you have amazing brains at work and everything. So think about it, do something, but don't copy. Be
Be
unique.
yourself.
You are, everybody is unique. So figure
Absolutely.
it out. And
What's the one thing I think you would give advice to people who are trying to find a path in life in terms of career wise? But as we spoke, like, a lot, we just said that you be unique and stuff like that. But what would you give them advice in terms of how you want to be a good person?
be kind, be grounded. I mean, how much ever we talk about everybody being kind, I think kindness is still something that is missing.
Mm-hmm.
So be kind. Not just kindness doesn't mean that you have to give your money to somebody. Kindness could be a smile exchange. Kindness could be like, your somebody's filling gas for you. Just ask him how his day was, or how is he doing. Has he eaten? Doesn't mean that you have to go pay for his food, but nobody talks to them. And I've had this incident. People always remember, like, yo, I mean, I would come there like once a week or once in 3 weeks, and they would always remember and say, they would come and talk to me because I had spoken to them. So I have a security guard, and I'll just ask him how you're doing, and he'll always tell me, this is hurting and that is hurting, and this is the medicine I'm taking. Then second day, oh, it's much better. I'm not doing anything here. I'm just asking him how he is, and he'll. So that's they don't have, a lot of people don't have people to talk to. So all you could do is, like little things of kindness. I say be human, but we all are human. But all this is missing, I feel at times, because again, everybody has their own journey. So everybody's probably busy in their own life, and they have a difficult time as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying life is easy for me or you. Maybe I've had a shitty day, and I'm not forcing myself to do this, but it comes at times, it comes naturally. So I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
always say, hey, how are you? At times it would come naturally, and I would say hi, or just smile, or just don't be rude to people, as much as you can. I mean, little things, I think, always be kind, and be grounded. And money, if you have this thing about, oh my God, I have money. You have money today, but who knows about tomorrow?
Mm.
So kindness is something that doesn't
Goes
really
far.
come with
Mm.
any financial value.
Yeah.
Everybody can be kind. And I think I would want everybody listening to at
Mm.
least get something in them that
Mm.
and it's also being selfish here, to be honest. If you're kind, if you make somebody happy, that feeling that you get, that somebody
Yeah.
smiled for you
Yeah.
because you smiled at them,
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes a long way. It can give you a high, it could probably give you a dopamine.
Yeah.
So that,
Just be
yeah, grounded, kind.
grounded, kind. How would you protect your peace in a chaotic world?
uh, so there are a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think a bit of spirituality, spiritual belief. I think that could help. I think we are in a chaotic world,
We
aren't
are.
we?
We are.
And I feel at peace as much as I've never felt in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's key. In
What's your mantra?
every in any relationship, in work, in everything. I think if you're at peace, you're so much better than anything or anybody else. Again, not in a negative way, but it's just that we don't value peace as much.
Mm-hmm.
So what's helped me is knowing myself
Yeah.
more. I think therapy helped me,
Mm-hmm.
with that. And then I think therapy and just being spiritual goes hand in hand somehow. So you have to have some sort of spiritual belief, or you need to have a respect, or there has to be a power up there, or there has to be something or somebody that you believe in, that you can go back to, or talk to, or just have a conversation with, and just know what is right, what is wrong. I mean, again, there's no right or wrong, but at least what gives you peace,
Mm-hmm.
you just need something. You just need somebody that you can believe in, follow a path. If it's understanding yourself, that I mean, I was at a stage where I was making same mistakes again and again, and I wasn't sure why this was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when I went to therapy and I understood that, oh, this is a pattern that I've been doing, and the reason is because of so and so. So I just understood it, and it took a while, and then I processed it, and then I think I feel better. I know what I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, everything takes time in terms of learning and evolving. And once you know the issue, why you're facing what you're facing, self awareness is number one. So once you're aware and you feel you can fix yourself, I mean, we're human beings. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
be broken here and there, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has some kind of trauma.
Yeah.
So as long as you know that and you can fix that, and I think that's how I would maintain. I feel I'm at peace is because I don't look at what the other person's doing. I look at, I'm laser focused on what my life looks like, and if I can help somebody, I'd love that. I think
Yeah.
that gives me a high
Yeah.
if I can be of help to anybody that I can.
Yeah.
And that gives me peace as well. So again, I don't do it because I want it. I
Yeah.
don't help somebody to and I expect the same thing to me. I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then so yeah, I think you have to have some spiritual belief in terms of being peaceful. I mean, I don't know, there's so much happening in the world, and you sometimes some people would feel like things are not happening for them, and you just have to trust somebody and follow up, and then keep at it.
Okay. So it is your mantra.
It is my mantra.
This is your mantra.
This is my mantra. I think so. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
there's anything else. You just have to believe,
But what's
work on yourself.
the daily habit you have that is changing your mentality towards health the most?
Health.
Yeah. Could
Take
be mental health, could be physical health, but what's the thing you do every day that's changing day by day? Because in this, a very chaotic world, as we said.
Yeah.
You don't have time to take care of yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that you would say that you do every day that takes care of your mental and your physical health.
Yeah, that's a great question actually, because it all comes with self love.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes all of us, especially women, are so busy, working hard at their jobs, coming home and then doing things for the husband or the
Mm-hmm.
family and the children, that they do ignore themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have ignored myself as well. Like I would just not. I was so busy taking care of everybody around me, or work as well, or anything, that I would just not value myself enough to love me, value
Mm-hmm.
myself enough to take care of me. So I think before hitting my 40s, I believe, or some around that, I was like, okay, enough. I need to take care of myself now. And then very lately, I figured out that by taking care of yourself, you need to be mentally strong
Mm-hmm.
as well. And then comes the physical aspect. So if you're, I mean, or it's hand in hand. So physically, you have to, do whatever you love. Like I don't know if it's walking, yoga, or whatever. So I started with walking, and then I needed strength training. I started with that and Pilates now, and then mental health for me. I think mental health for me really changed me, and people who know me,
Yeah.
they have seen the difference in me.
Yeah.
So I feel that mental health really gave me another perspective of myself. So it was just knowing me but better.
Yeah.
And obviously I feel, again, because you're self-aware, I want to improve myself, and I'm all constantly somebody who wants to make something about me better.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to, you have to love yourself, and if loving yourself doesn't always mean like just get yourself a nice meal or coffee, which is also great.
Mm-hmm.
But loving yourself and being consistent about loving yourself is the key.
Yeah.
So check on your mental health, and talk to whoever. Have friends that you can talk to. Doesn't have to be a therapist if you feel it's not something that you want to do.
Yeah.
Although I think everybody should be open about it.
Yeah.
But if you can't, then just have somebody that you could talk to, feel great with, vent out,
Yeah.
come back and say, okay, I feel good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, please value yourself before you lose yourself.
Absolutely. And we spoke about speaking to yourself. Do you remember this? A lot of people, they don't know how to speak to themselves. They don't speak to themselves as well. And I think there's one point in life where you feel that if you can't speak to yourself,
Mm.
there's something which is terribly wrong with that. Don't you feel? Like a lot of people, of course, it's very human nature that you speak to yourself, but
Yeah,
a lot of people just get blended in the chaotic world.
yeah,
They don't. They're so absorbed with intoxications,
yeah,
or they're so absorbed with their regular work life that they don't get time to speak to themselves what they want to do, what they're feeling.
yeah.
Don't you think this is important,
So important.
right?
And that's why you either take trips, you take a solo trip, and even if you have friends or family, I think that's very important, because you just want to breathe out of the norm and
Yeah.
just be with yourself
Yeah.
and talk to yourself, like you said. And I mean, I don't know, I mean, that's why at times I used to like driving a lot,
Yeah.
because there's nobody in the car and it's just you, and then you are talking to yourself, and then you have constant conversations happening. Should I do this, should I not, and
Yeah.
then and then again, so yeah, it's very important to talk to yourself. And like you said, people are so busy that they don't have this time, and that's again when the self-care and self-love happens. Go for a walk, I mean, do whatever that it is,
Yeah.
that can give you time for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a nice bath, whatever
Yeah.
works. But knowing yourself, talking to yourself, improving yourself, and talking to
Yeah.
yourself, that means also trying to evolve yourself as a better person.
Yeah. Okay. So, you okay with cultural questions?
Yeah. Oh wow, you're
Yeah.
asking now if I'm okay. Yeah, sure. Let's see.
What's a cultural norm that you strongly disagree with?
I think, and I think you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think girls are looked in Indian culture are looked not down upon, but not like I wouldn't get like a like an applause for where I am, for example. But when I talk to my other friends and all that, and even you said, done whatever I have by myself. So I wouldn't hear this from anybody in the family, for example. But because that's the cultural thing, you don't think, you don't appreciate it, you just don't know. But if a guy does it, everybody would know it. Like the aunts will call everybody, like, oh my god, so I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you
No,
understand what I'm?
it's I don't feel this is a very Indian thing. I think the society,
Mm,
in the world, it's a bit mixed. A lot of women now, speak up in terms of equality and stuff.
yeah,
I do understand, and it's a basic need.
yeah,
It's not something which you can even negotiate about.
yeah,
And it's something which isn't bred. Like if you speak about our culture, you speak about India,
yeah,
it's not that it's frowned upon, but it's just the guy has that responsibility, in terms of what they feel. I'm not talking about my personal views here,
yeah, yeah.
but this is what I've seen. It's a guy's responsibility to take care of everything, go
Sure.
out, hunt, and make sure that you have enough meat to come back home to,
Yeah,
and stuff like that. When
yeah,
it comes back to a woman's perspective, what our religion and everything is surrounds is, it's supposed to be a homemaker. It's like we're in the 21st century now, and this is not something which is very not spoken about.
yeah,
But still, in the villages, they're not living in that 21st century.
yeah,
In a lot of places, they don't have that ideology about this, which is wrong, absolutely. But to change this aspect is going to take the kids, that the future we have now, it's going to take them to make a change. What we faced in the past, what my I think my sisters didn't face that, in terms of the culture thing. What you're
yeah,
talking about,
yeah,
like the evolution again, that's
yeah,
my favorite word. But yeah,
yeah.
it evolves with every generation.
Mm.
It's getting there. We're learning a lot from the West. We're learning a lot from different places. In our culture, it's a bit different, I feel.
I don't know about that because I've taken care of my.
You have, and
So the thing is that it was not like my brother has obviously, and I have. So it was not like I'm not supposed to.
yeah.
Like I never had that. That's why when you said that, I'm like, I don't know, because for me it's a responsibility. End of story.
Mm-hmm.
I would not give this responsibility. Like if he can do what he wants and I can do what I want. So there is no that I'm a daughter and I'm not supposed to do it or anything like that, right? So it is my responsibility. Maybe because she's single, single mother. So we've from early on, this is what we've seen. So it
Absolutely.
just happens that naturally, that I have to take care of her,
Yeah.
and it's not like a rule book or something. So I didn't even think of the daughter or the son thing
Yeah.
here at all, and nor do I expect anybody to give me anything,
Yeah.
but it's just that. But I have another interesting thing to add here, but it's going to be controversial.
That's
Could
what we
be.
want.
Could be. I feel parents these days, or parents think it's just for taken for granted that we have to take care of them when they grow old.
वो अपने में
नहीं नहीं नहीं,
majority.
no 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 no. I
अब
am talking, I'm what I'm saying is, I'm telling you, देखो मैं मतलब दूसरे cultures भी बोल रही हूँ. I'm talking about Arab cultures, I'm talking other Asian culture, because I have given you birth.
yeah,
Okay, at the end,
तेरा responsibility है.
at the end तू देख ले, मतलब I don't मतलब वो लोग ये भी नहीं सोचते कि अगर बेटी है तो बेटी needs to have their own life in terms of she's married. So the husband, and they need to have their own life even if they've been married for 20 years. Everybody needs their own privacy. But
100%.
that's the parents don't think that. The parents just think that our parents did this,
Yeah.
and because we've educated you and we've given you all this, now
Yeah.
it's your turn to take care. Now I feel that it's okay for your parents to have a different life. I don't think it's like if I ever have to ask my mom to go travel or stay somewhere in a nice old age home place where she has her own friends, they have a social life. Because here, it'll be, I feel bad that I'm not able to. It's a guilt thing as well, that I can't take her out as much.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And then I feel frustrated and I feel bad. it's amazing that I can do a lot of things with her, but what happens when she grows older?
Yeah.
I might not be able to understand her as much
Yeah.
as I do now. So I don't know if, I mean, I don't think it's a taboo anymore, but I think it should be something that people should be okay with in a good way, that, I'm going to have a life of my own.
Yeah.
I mean, I was seeing something on Instagram in Bangalore. They have this community for elderly,
Yeah.
and everything is
100%.
made because for them, like, they can walk, they have a yoga room, they have so many other things happening. So yeah, so I think that's a culture तो अपने में नहीं है, सब में है, but I don't know
नहीं,
exactly what
मैं
culture
आपको
थे.
बोल रहा हूँ, इसमें क्या है कि मैंने एक क्लाइंट था मेरा,
हाँ
इटालियन है, ठीक
हाँ
है. जब उनको एक्सप्लेन किया था ये कॉन्सेप्ट, वो मेरे को वो पूछ रहा था कि
हाँ
इट्स इट वेरी कॉमन फॉर सन्स टू लिव विद देयर पेरेंट्स.
yeah
तो मैं बोला हाँ, ये तो मतलब हमारा हक है, और ये क्या हमारे ऊपर से आया हुआ है, दैट दिस इज व्हाट वी नीड टू डू इन लाइफ.
yeah
ठीक है.
yeah
वो इतना जेलस हो गया,
हाँ.
वो अपने बेटे को फोन करके मेरे सामने बोल रहा कि तू सीख इंडियन से.
Oh,
तो ये एक रिवर्स भी देखो,
हाँ.
हर फैमिली का अलग कॉन्सेप्ट होता
of
है. ठीक
course
है.
of course
अब क्या होता है कि सम पीपल प्रेफर दिस,
yeah
सम पीपल डोंट,
yeah
बट इन
because they haven't tasted it,
not tasted it.
so it's like the
The
grass is
son
always
again,
greener.
yeah, but the son again is like no way,
yeah
like ये इम्पॉसिबल है.
yeah
वो होगा इंडिया में, हमको ये नहीं करना.
yeah
मतलब वो एक ऐसा है कि अगर मैं बुढ़ा हो गया तो मेरा ध्यान कौन रखेगा.
yeah
अगर मैं और तेरी मॉम
Yeah.
वे आर बिकमिंग ओल्डर,
yeah
हमारा ख्याल कौन रखेगा.
yeah
तो आपने जैसे बोला वो एक टैबू, मतलब वो क्या है, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन पर्सपेक्टिव एज वेल. उनको चाहिए कि वो अपने बेटे के साथ रहे.
perspective भी है, financial भी है.
फाइनेंशियल मेन है.
Because
इसमें तो.
if you're spending on your children, आप अपने ऊपर भी इतना साइड में रखो कि आपका बेटा आपको या बेटी आपको पूछे या ना पूछे, आपके पास हो that you can live a life with nobody's pointing a finger at you. That is something that I want to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
that
समझ
people
गया.
have this, that it shouldn't, then parents shouldn't feel bad that yeah, I did so much for my child and look at them now, like
वो
that.
तो ऐसा बागबान वाला फील हो गया.
That no, but that is Bhagwan. There's other stories, the reality
रियलिटी
stories
तो
as
है,
well.
मतलब ये तो.
In I don't know, हुआ था कोई बड़ा नाम ही था, सियाराम वाला या समथिंग, काट देना ये सब, बट हाँ था कोई तो था बड़ा नाम जो उसने
अच्छा.
अपने बाप को निकाल दिया था.
नहीं, रेमंड था.
रेमंड हाँ.
उसको तो क्या क्यों निकालना, बात तो करना है. ऐसे तो होता है ना दीदी.
नहीं,
अभी
मतलब
जो आदमी ने ऐसा किया है उसके पर्सनल में तो कुछ ना कुछ होगा ही, पर तो भी जो आदमी ने इतना बड़ा कंपनी फाउंड किया और उसको ऐसा हो गया, गलत बात है. तो वही तो पर्सपेक्टिव है लोगों की.
तो उसने भी तो खुद अपने लिए कुछ नहीं रखा ना.
एब्सोल्युटली.
तो वही बोल रही हूँ कि आप पढ़ाओ लिखाओ, वैल्यूज भी दो,
yeah.
बट मेक श्योर, एंड आई थिंक इन एनी रिलेशनशिप इंडिविजुअल financial needs to be separate. Whatever happens, you need to have a retirement planning.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, whoever is there, not there, you yourself need to be sure that you're not then asking.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now we can continue this in the next segment. 100%. I have to invite you for another one as well.
Oh
We have to
gosh,
do
this is my only comment I have in this. But
No,
I
of
do
course.
feel strongly on this. I feel
Yeah, this
because
is-
I don't know what's going to happen for me tomorrow as well. So I plan myself, like, and I
Absolutely, yeah.
feel it hurts when I see the elderlies. They don't know what to do and they're just there because they don't have anywhere else to go.
Yeah.
But it's not their fault. It's because it's not ingrained in them that they need to make sure that they have savings for themselves, because all they have is for their children.
Yeah.
So that should be another lesson for everybody, that please think of yourself, think of your retirement, and why should somebody say anything to you when you've lived your life on your own terms? So
Yeah, true. Well, we can
Okay.
sign off then.
okay,
It was a pleasure. And,
Likewise, sir.
Keeping this in the family, it's more for me to appreciate you to come down and
thank
have a nice conversation
of
with me.
course, anything for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it properly. Let's do it again as well.
Okay.
We can speak about different stuff.
Yeah,
We've got the introduction bit out of the way now.
yeah,
We can really speak about life and we can
Yeah.
really speak about things. It's this main concept for me to do this
yeah,
is to learn about people's perspective, is to educate myself how people think and how they were brought up
yeah.
and how a success story like one of you, is like. And I would like to learn and I would like to see where people made their mistakes and people how they changed that mistake into an upper hand and how they came out of it. That's my main focus,
Mm.
for understanding. And then
Yeah. There are no
absolutely, let's
mistakes in life. There's just learnings. But yeah, I know what
absolutely,
you
but
mean.
then
Yeah.
it's just the way you tackle things. I need to learn that from people. It does not need to be in front of the camera all the time.
No.
Absolutely, but yeah, it's good to have it because a lot of people face the same issue I face.
Of
They want
course.
to learn from a lot of entrepreneurs like yourself.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
So thank you again. Thank you for
Thank
coming,
you as well. Thank you.
and we
Thank
will
you.
do it again.
Okay.